Look, I love the veteran therapists. They have great clinical skills, great personal skills. They understand how things work and run and operate, and they're usually very clinically efficient and highly productive. So hey everybody here on YouTube, welcome back to part 3 of our recruitment series on how to actually hire, retain, recruit the best therapist for your practice. My name is Brian Gallagher. I am part of Meg Academy. If you haven't checked us out, please check us out at www.megbusiness.com. We have been doing this for a long time, going all the way back to 2006, and I have always said, the practice with the best and brightest people wins. It is not about your location as much as it is about your people. It is not about your structure or your equipment as it is the people. Personnel, personnel, personnel. So let's start talking about personnel. 3 types of therapists, right? Let me give you some of the tips. When I had a staffing company, we grew to about 160 employees. We had 6 clinics, 6 nursing homes. We were busy, busy, busy. I was interviewing all the time, and I did a lot of training in this area, and I learned how important it is that you know your audience and you speak specifically to their needs and wants. And so when I started looking at that and I started advertising for therapists through recruitment ads and whatnot, and I started the interview process, I started to learn how important it was for me to formulate a methodology, a systematic approach, so that we consistently went through the interview process the same way every single time for our peace of mind and for the benefit of the person who I'm, the prospect, the person whom I'm considering hiring for our practice. If I was just willy-nilly doing all these kinds of things, I was leaving things out, I was emphasizing one thing, not another, I was getting too personable in areas I should be more objective, and you just start, your head fills with all these things, and now the person's asking a bunch of questions, they take over control of the conversation. Scrap all of that. Here's how you want to succeed. New grad, 0 to 3 years out, as you saw in part 1, they are interested in mentorship, growth and development, autonomy, and money. They have debts to be paid, but they don't just need raw cash because that would be out exchanged. They have to earn it through a pay-for-performance model. Very important. Part 2, we talked about the advancing therapists. They're out of school now 3+ years. They're looking to grow and advance. They're looking for opportunities. They have kids now. They have cars, homes, whomever. He or she is looking for opportunities of advancements, maybe a mentoring position, a senior therapist position, a supervisory role over the techs, or a clinical director opportunity, or a compliance officer opportunity. You got to get creative. Make them a qual officer. Give them a bump up in that base pay. Put them on that pay for performance model, but let them know that you are going to invest in them so that they can flourish and prosper in their communication skills, their conflict resolution skills, their ability to bring about agreement, their ability to read statistics and KPIs and company metrics. Their skill set is going to grow and develop in this administrative personnel area, which makes them extremely valuable to your practice, but it makes them feel much better about themselves as a more well-rounded professional. Almost anybody at some point in time is really good clinically treating patients. They've done a lot of con ed. They've had a lot of training and experience. Not a lot is rocking you on any average day in the clinic, but when they can bite on new challenges, new endeavors, new opportunities, new growth regions that they never had in PT school. We never learned how to be a marketing director, coordinator, manager, billing officer, recruitment officer, compliance officer. None of that was in PT. But you can give them that. You can afford them that. You can invest in them. They're feeling validated and acknowledged as the person they are. Validated for the professional they are, acknowledged for the person they are. As that goes on, eventually we get those people that are 9-10 years out. That is what we want to talk about today, the veteran therapist. First thing you'll notice is they typically come in, they've succeeded in certain areas of their lives, they're doing well, they're not normally the person you want to hire as your clinical director. I see 9 out of 10 times this is the last person I want to hire as my chief operating officer, my COO, clinical director, regional manager. They may have gone through some personal crisis, a divorce, a separation, their kids are in college, they didn't save enough. Now they're wanting these positions for money, but let me tell you this, let me give you a little secret. If they were so inclined and they were so strongly gravitating toward that part of their career, they would have done it already. The fact that they're 10+ years out and it's just dawning on them now, not the person you want. They're not going to be a go-getter, in my experience. That's what I've seen. They're not going to have the know-with-all to take full accountability. They're at that part of their career where they're more apt to look for flexibility. They want flex hours, flex times. A lot of them don't even want to work full-time anymore. 30, 35 hours, 36 hours a week. They want these scalable positions, which is totally fine. I have no problem with that. But don't get hoaxed into or brought into this idea that they're going to be your great clinical director. It's just not been my experience. Maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. I'm not right. Try learn every day. But in my observation of being in over 500 clinics, having practice of the year, traveling this whole country and publicly speaking, I can tell you that's usually where people come up to me afterwards and like, you're so right. I hired this person, was out 14 years. It was a disaster, right? And they come with a high dollar amount. Look, I love the veteran therapists. They have great clinical skills, great personal skills. They understand how things work and run and operate, and they're usually very clinically efficient and highly productive. Let them thrive there. Thrive. Give them the opportunity to be a senior therapist, a senior mentor. Let them do that. Help the younger kids, help the younger new grads out and become better therapists. Have them be on an advisory panel of quality assurance or something like that. Maybe they don't even want that role, but maybe they just want to contribute in that area. They love special projects. My experience is these veteran therapists love running special projects. So when you run your ad, say, how would you like to come and be in a position where you have full control over a flex schedule? How would you like to work a 4-day week and have every Friday off or something like that? Typically, I like to recruit people that work 2 closing nights, and nights are anything after 5. It's not night before 5. So kind of stick with the 2 closing nights, but with your veteran therapist, you can be a little more flexible with that. They've done their hours of that. They've had a decade practicing in this manner. So figure things out. Maybe create specialty programs, women's health, pelvic floor, aquatics programs, vestibular, dry needling, laser, the newbie E-stem, and let them be the senior mentor in training of that high technology, very advanced piece of equipment, beneficial to every clinic I've ever had somebody take my word for it and put it in their clinic. I think the statistic is 97% of people who buy one buy more than one. So there's not many things in this world of healthcare that is actually that effective. So get them involved in that. Let them understand the neuroscience behind it. Let them understand the benefits to the MS patients and the neuromuscular loop and why it's with an exercise rehab protocol. Truly advanced stuff. Get them engaged in that kind of stuff. I think you're going to have a huge gain not only to your patient outcomes, but to your company culture and to their job satisfaction. See, at the end of the day, if you're going to attract a veteran therapist who really wants to work with you, it's because you respect them, they respect you, because they see in you that you have figured out that your CEO responsibilities are basically 3 primary actions. Build the company brand, have the over-the-top patient care experience, continue to advance in having the over-the-top patient care experience, and blow out and extend and expand the staff company culture that people just would never want to work anywhere else. They just want to be a part of this company culture because you're investing in your staff, enhancing them both professionally and personally. You're investing in your patient care experience. You're giving back to your community. You're doing social events, charitable events, and your brand and your marketing persona, you're exceeding it. You're contributing in abundance in the area that you're telling people you believe in and what your philosophy is. Everybody wants to be on a winning team. The veteran therapists have been around and they've probably had some hard knocks along the way. Finally, they find a home with you and they're part of something that you mean what you say and you say what you mean, and you're in it to win it for the betterment of all people. You have a very diverse staff. You have a very diverse community, and you're playing into the needs and wants of that diversity, and you're strengthening your practice because of it. I think that is so important, and people that are veteran therapists want to be a part of change. They want to be a part of that kind of evolution. Make sure you're sharing with them that you've selected the EMR system that's one of the top 5, fully customizable, fully developed, has good reporting, good stats, good metrics, good home programs, all built in, good communication lines throughout it, so that your therapist could rest assured if they just simply have good clinical efficiency skills, they're going to walk out within 60 minutes of their last patient. You bought an EMR system that you can get to any screen in 3 clicks or less. These things are important important to a veteran therapist. They don't want to learn new stuff. Not new stuff. I don't want to say it like that. They don't want to be inundated and having to learn new technology that's very advanced and over their head. They want to get involved in things that are tried and true, proven, successful. So make sure whatever you do, you can reassure your entire staff that you've built an operation, that you're practicing the top 10% of your license, and you're making decisions in the best interest of their work experience. That's how you're going to attract those veteran therapists. Decent pay, good flexibility, project-based, and get them incorporated in your company culture and helping others within your ranks and file. You do that, you're going to be you're going to be a magnet for these veteran therapists, and potentially have them be certified clinical instructors so they could be part of that pipeline. If you're going to be effective in recruiting, you have to know how to recruit people from outside your city, from different states, and you have to have multiple school pipelines feeding students to your office, hence veteran therapists to help mentor them. I hope this was helpful. My goal, my purpose is to help you live the life you've always envisioned for yourself as a therapist and to help the profession of physical therapy flourish and prosper. That's why I spend time shooting these for you. I hope you can benefit from them. By all means, I am here for you. Costs you nothing. Go to my website, www.megbusiness.com. Schedule a practice assessment call. Let's talk about your life, where you are, where you want to be, what the bridge gap is between, and how we can work together to get you there. That's my hopes and dreams for you. So that's it. As I always say on my podcast, which is called The Secrets of the Top 10%, Physical Therapy, Secrets of the Top 10%, start every day expecting to do well.